Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Long, and I am doing my critique for my still media. Um, I am absolutely enamored with Pixlr. That's Pixlr. It is a pixel imaging software manipulator and editor, and it's so much more than that. It also has three main components. We have Pixlr Editor, Pixlr Express, and Pixlr-O-Matic, all free and all able to be used without a account. I signed up and created my own account, but before I even created an account, I was able to use Pixlr Editor. I fooled around with that for a little while, and it was pretty great. So, for the sake of this critique, I'm going to talk a little bit about the website, the memberships, the blog, and the support that the actual website offers. And then, as to save time, I won't go into all three functionalities, but I will do a little bit in Pixlr Express and Pixlr Editor to show you some of the capabilities that this web tool has to offer. Okay, so right off the bat, just as a beginning member, I showed up without even registering, and it was the ability to learn more. So I'm going to click on that tab, and it was great. It went on a whole thing about the different things you could do with Pixlr, and it showed a few screenshots, which is really great for me, and that was just beautiful. You can actually create this in Pixlr Express if you had the right images and filters and the effects. And there's so many different effects that Pixlr offers to its free members. And I say free members because there is a $14.99 year subscription fee. I'll be honest with you, I am happy with just the free account. And I've been messing around with this the most out of all the tools, just how great and fun it is to manipulate images, create images, and to add a bunch of effects to your images from your browser or from your locally saved files. Now, if you become a free member, you actually get a few things just for registering your account. It's a little bit more than the free download, but I'm a member and I still haven't signed up for this just because I'm pretty happy with the free downloads. I would say that I'm pretty enamored with this tool, and I would dish out for the $15 per year. And going to the details for that, I would say that the price per year justifies what you get for a pro membership. Now, let's go back to the beginning. Pixlr. Okay, so in the support, I like websites with frequently asked questions. It's just an easy way to get the exact questions that you need right there. And I liked how easy it was to actually use Pixlr. Before even going here, I only went to the frequently asked questions for the sake of the critique because Pixlr was just so easy to pick up. So I'm actually going to go back to the front page. But if you go down, you have the Pixlr News, huge community, and like I was saying in my other critiques, I like a website and a tool with a huge community, which is really great, is that if you were to upload your Pixlr creations, or if you wanted to upload commentary to the blogs, it actually uses the Tumblr like servers, or actually I think it is through Tumblr that the community is created. So that's a huge potential for collaboration, for sharing your work, and for getting feedback on your work. And that's a big thing for me when I'm using web tools. And yes, need help? Yes, tutorials. The ability to traverse this site is so easy. I mean, four main basic things. What I want is right there. And the best thing about this is that it is a web app. So if I were to launch it, I'm going to open this up in a new window. And there we go. So I did open this up in the web app. I could download this for the desktop and use this offline. Now, I'm going to create a new image because I'm going to use Pixlr Express, which is another main component in Pixlr. But I'm going to use that. I'm going to show you the functionality of that a little bit later. So I'm going to actually create my own image, but I could import images from my downloaded files or from any URL image on the internet. So I'm just going to put demo. And okay, so sort of like Paint or any other Pixel graphic software, we start off with our workspace that's basically a blank white page. Now we have the basic tools of cropping, moving things around, lassoing, and bringing things across the board. Paint bucket, eraser, freehand pencil. I like the sketch because I do like art, and I do fancy myself as an artist. I am not that good at art, but I do like to draw. So we have the sketch in different types of ink, different colors for it as well. And I'll get to the specific colors in a little bit. But I'm Control Z to undo what I just did, which I like is using the main computer language for the shortcuts. You have some basic shape software, basic polygons, rounded, squares, circles, and I could just do the outline of that as well. So we have that potential for the image software. I'm probably going to end up using Pixlr in the future for mini art school because I just like this that much. A lot of the basic functions, we actually have a gradients, which if you know what a gradients is, if I start from the left corner to the right corner, it'll show a light source in varying levels accordingly. Now, something I like about this is that it does show the color wheel, and I've mentioned this before. I have trouble differentiating between certain shades of the same color, as well as shades of color like blue and red, green and red, green and blue. So I like how we have a color wheel that shows up, and if I were to hit OK, it would show up in. Oh, it should have showed up. Okay, it's not working. There we go. Okay. I said okay. Alright. And I'll use the brush. Oh, here we go. So there's different things you can do with this. It's pretty great. But when it comes to actually image editing, Pixlr Express is the best of the three. So I would like to show you that. I'm going to exit out of this, and I'm going to open up, launch the web account for Pixlr Express. Now, if you were an educator in any field that you'd want to use basic image editing, it would be great for all the effects that you'll see. Actually, for the sake of this, I've been browsing other images. I mess with the collage a little bit, but I like the collage. With a collage, you can actually put multiple images together to make one big still piece of media. So with the collage, if I put it into layout, I can pick a bunch of different layouts, but for the sake of the demo, I'm going to keep it simple. Keep it with 4. And I have to pick the 4 images I want. So I'm going to go into my media, and it's actually really quick and simple. Go to my still media. I'll pick some images. There's image 1. I'll get image 2. Image 3. I like how fast it uploads. It doesn't even give you a download bar or an upload bar, and it's just bam, simple as that. So I'm going with a theme here. These are all from a popular video game that I like. But yeah, here's the 4 images that I have. I can edit the individual image or all 4 after I hit finished, because it'll actually go to a whole new sample of effects and tools that I can use to edit the entire collage. Now the spacing is pretty cool because I can have it split, or I can have them all together. For this case, I'm going to have them all together. You can also round it off, which looks pretty cool. It's almost like a pick stitch. I've personally never used pick stitch, but I know people who have, and I've seen what pick stitches are, and so it seems like a pick stitch. Please feel free to chew me out in the commentary if I'm completely wrong about that. Um, so I'm going to hit finished, and we're nowhere near done. I had so much fun tinkering around with this, and I am pretty sure that you will love the capabilities of this as well. So that's there for Valentine's Day. But the adjustments, effects, overlay, borders, stickers, and type, and I love to type in this pixel editor, and I'll explain that to you when I get there. Actually, I'll do it right now. Um, the great thing about this is that I'm going to pick grunge, is that you type the text right here. So I'm going to actually type the name of the video game that I took these images from, and I'm going to change the color so it's actually seeable or visible. Hit Borderlands, and the great thing is that you can make this type as big as you want or as small as you want. And I've had the problem with other graphic software where you put in type into it and it runs off into the text box and and you lose some letters and you have to resize it or resize the font. That's not the case with this. It's one size font and you actually just will always move to the text box. And I think this is just so much easier. It's a world easier. And like I said, you can actually do this with any adjustment that you put into here. There's a lot of capabilities to move and to twist things around, which I like with text. So I have that. Okay, so I'm going to apply that, and I'm going to go to adjustments. Something that I really liked in adjustments was where is it? The add image. Yes, why I have 4 images? Yes, I will add another image. So I'm going to actually browse my catalog, and I'm going to pick this, because this looks cool. Right? And it's like, oh, why would I do that? Why would I add that image? It takes up all the other images. Well, I'm going to show you the capabilities and the detail that this offers. So I'm going to actually twist this around, like so. Actually, I like it like that. And I'm going to move it in the middle, and then I'm going to resize it. So we have that in the middle. Now, I want this to be see-through, and I want my other images to be visible. So I'm going to actually take down the opacity of it and see how it kind of disappears. And there's no point if I make it disappear all the way, but if I let it just be a tiny bit visible, I kind of have that graphic between my images now. So it looks pretty cool. I got that little wavelength between all this fire and energy balls, and I like that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Just one capability out of all these different adjustments. Could go on for way too long with that. And these are basically your filters. I'm gonna go with the old filter, and you get a kind of gray scale going on. Yeah, looks nice. It's got a nice sense of unity to it. With the overlay, these are things that go on top of it. It overlays over the entire picture, kind of like what I did with the image, but these are preset overlays that you could do. Here's retro poster, and I'm going to pick the pipes, and that'd be an overlay. It's kind of messy, so I was just for an example. But borders, lots of borders. For instance, I'll put the ink. I think the ink would go well with this color scheme already. No, not quite. But the possibilities are there. The stickers, love the stickers. Borderlands got a kind of comic feel for it, so I'm going with this, with a similar theme. But see all this gray, and I got that bang. I'm actually gonna tilt it a little bit. Now, one of the drawbacks is with this, with the stickers, is that you can't use more than one sticker. There's no copy or paste in this particular. So we have that particular piece that I put on there. Now, for the sake of the 15-minute mark, as a time and quality effort putting into this program, it's great. It well outdoes the time and effort put into. The collaboration possibilities are enormous, and overall, I would say this is a must-use. Just try it out for your art school, and thank you very much.